Hi guys, Kirk and Jay here with Kirk, Giordano Plastering. Just when you think I've shown you everything there is to know about cracks, I got one more situation. Even my wife says, baby, you showed over 500 videos. Aren't you done yet of showing how to do things? Not yet. It's like the tip of the iceberg. We always find things that even I don't catch. For example, this is he's a master craftsman who built this house. Master, but he's never done stucco. So we were talking about it. We had a few cracks because, well, they put the sheetrock afterwards, and a few structural movements. And how do I know it's structural? See this crack right here? When you get a crack in a 10-inch foundation, that means the wall is separating. It's settling. It is natural. We're on a hill. It's all them's cracking is in the foundation as well as the wall. Normal guys doing a color coat. Anyway, this right here caught me off guard. See that? Well, what is that? A 6x10 header. We were here, 4 or 5 months ago, and I was telling, dude, I know you're going to put a lot of beams inside the house. You got to sheetrock. You got to do your floors. You got to do all that stuff. Do it before we do the color coat. Anyway, we did the color coat, and we got a few hairline cracks. Now, the majority of the cracks are on this particular wall. And he says, well, how come? And I said, well, that beam, the deck here, before we came, this is just, well, they did this deck last month, or earlier this month. And they used to have a deck there, and it was 2x10s going this way, and I thought that was their original deck. We were working off it. So when we just come up, he said, well, you know, we got a few more hairline cracks. And I thought, no kidding, man. That header right there, what's that weigh? 700 pounds, the header on both sides. Plus you redid all the beams going across, plus you put the decks on. All this is movement, guys. Is it normal? Yes. Don't panic. It's all normal. Can we correct it? Yeah, it's a bit of a drag to come back to a job and have to redo little things, but it's all fixable, guys. Here's what I want to point out to fellows. Say like a bathtub. If you want to caulk around it, fill it with water. Give it its weight, and then caulk it. What we do with stucco on houses, even 30 years ago when I was union, the tile guys would come and they would set all that tile on the roof. Not in our way, just so we can walk on it, but at the same time, it would give it the dead weight. And nowadays, even my buddy Tom with Ironwood, he's a structural engineer, 45-year man. He says, Kirk, you know, these days, I tell people put expansion joints, even in residential homes. And I said, how come? He says, look, you're just a stucco guy. You don't know this stuff. And I said, what's that mean? He says, well, what do you know about wood? I said, it grows on trees. He says, see, that's what I'm talking about. Wood, when you buy it, like a lot of folks will put the shear wall on. They won't gap it 1/4 inch. And I said, well, why do you even have to gap it? Although I've heard the reasons. And he says, Kirk, all the wood they're selling today is wet or green, and it'll shrink. Say a wall this is a 60-foot span. Without an expansion today, if the wood is wet, I don't know, I don't buy it and I don't install it, it'll shrink up. All it needs to do is shrink about 1/8 of an inch, and you'll get some hairline cracks. Anyway, guys, I thought I'd point out a couple more things because I've done enough crack videos on cementitious finishes, but I thought I'd do my last one. Hopefully this is my last one. Okay, guys, I said we'd show you how we spread this, but we have about 20 videos of how to spread it. What this video is really about is information, guys. You've got to have all your weight on a house before you do a color coat. We did the color coat 8 months ago. And after that, he installed all the sheetrock, and I sent him a bunch of literature. I said, dude, no pounding. Anyway, he got a little gung-ho and pounded the shit out of it. In fact, this deck is absolutely amazing. He just changed this 3 weeks ago. He put, I have no idea what solar panels weigh, but there's solar panels on the roof. There's all these beams inside. There's so many things that contributed to some hairline cracking. And me, Jay, Javier, Carl, Dan, we actually did this off ladder jacks. I wouldn't show anybody how to do stucco off ladder jacks because it's a lot of work. What's the point to this video? Guys, if you're going to do a stucco house, make certain you have everything done except prior to doing the color coat. It took us 2 10-hour days to straighten this little mess up because it's a lifestyle color and they're really hard to just do a crack. You got to do a whole wall, so we have to do the whole walls, and I'll tell you, it wasn't no fun, guys, especially when you come to a job and somebody says, what caused this crack? It's like, dude, we've already been through this 6 months ago. You've been on Google for 4 hours a day. You know what causes cracks better than I know what causes crack. Quit building shit like this after a color code's done. Anyway, my name is Kirk. Jason on the camera. As usual, we thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Once again, folks, we thank you for watching, and I really enjoy all your comments.
If you guys like this video, please click the like button down below, and also if you enjoy what we do, subscribe to our channel so we can keep making these videos for you.
My name is Kirk.
And Jay.
We thank you for watching, and from the entire Giordano family, we'll see you on the next one.